Hey, welcome back to the Ping Pong Flix Show. My name is Chris Wong. It's episode 562 of the Ping Pong Flix Show. I've got a few updates for you today. The very first one is the Batman. Apparently, the Batman filming has been delayed again. I really thought this movie was filming already. I That's what I assumed, but according to this person right here, Chris Tapley, which other people have had sourced today as well. He is a writer. He's also a host of Netflix The Call Sheet podcast. He says this: hearing the Batman picks back up in September. All locations scrapped, building everything in studio now. So that is quite an undertaking, if I might add. So instead of shooting at locations, they are now going to build gigantic sets. I'm assuming gigantic sets because a lot of these things are pretty big. Instead of filming, they are at location. Once again, they're going to be building gigantic enclosed sets, right? And I don't know if it's enclosed or not, because usually you want to do this outside in terms of COVID-19, if that's what they're trying to actually, trying to actually get around. But I can see how this could be a controlled environment where they would not be susceptible to outside COVID influences, although the people themselves could potentially have it. But, I digress. So, again, this is what's going on right now. This is what's being reported, and a lot of people are tuning into this person as well, that the Batman is picking back up in September. It hasn't picked back up yet. All locations will be scrapped, and they're building everything in studio now. Now, I'm wondering how much of this will get to the budget. Is this going to increase the budget? I would assume so, as they're trying to do sets. They got to make sets. They got to make it look like Gotham City and so on and so forth. Possibly even some green screen and things like that. So there's going to be a lot of more digital effects that possibly could be a part of this as well. Or is this only going to be a few scenes and they're still going to shoot outside, right? This is not very clear. This is one person who's saying this, so we'll just have to wait and see. It does sound, not too good, but at least it's not canceled, right? It's just delayed. So for people who are very eager to see more of Matt Reeves, the Batman, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer now, as it only picks back up in September. So, but that's not the only thing that is getting delayed now. Okay, what I would expect, will have even more delays in terms of films coming out, because California shuts down theaters amidst COVID-19 spikes. Unfortunately, Gavin Newsom, who is the governor of California, had put out an emergency today, in which case is saying that new COVID-19 cases are continuing to spread at alarming rates. California is now closing indoor operations statewide for restaurants, wineries, movie theaters, family entertainment, zoos, museums, card rooms, bars must close all operations. It's very unfortunate for California, for the state that Dave the Film Junkie is in, the state that Zack Snyder and the Snyder family is in, and almost pretty much entirety of Hollywood is in, movie theaters and so on and so forth. Very, very unfortunate, but it is a huge move to try to keep those giant spikes down, right? It's spreading at alarming rates. So the governor had to do, I guess, what he felt he had to do. But that also means that with movie theaters also closing down, we can probably expect within the week, or maybe a few weeks or so, within a month or so, I don't know how fast they're going to arrange this, but probably more delays in film releasing, which may or may not include Wonder Woman 1984. So Wonder Woman 1984, I was hoping could come out this year. It's still a little bit long time till the end of the year, so we're still a little optimistic about that, and I think the studio's still optimistic about that. But be prepared for even more theatrical delays for movies, and Wonder Woman 1984 may be one of those that could get delayed as well. Unfortunate times indeed. 2020 sucks, other than Zack Snyder's Justice League announcement so far. So, and DC fandom and everything. But this could also spell more encouragement for streaming services to tap into libraries within their, in their vaults and stuff, as I'll talk about a little bit more. But there's going to be huge spikes in streaming. There's going to be huge spikes in wanting more content for streaming services, whether it's Netflix or, of course, HBO Max, right? So, there's a new study came out that currently HBO Max study says that Joker is their most popular movie. That's right. HBO Max saying Joker is their most popular movie. And this is there is an article on comicbook.com right here that says new HBO Max studies reveals that Joker is the most popular movie on the platform. So as we all know, that with a substantial portion of the country continuing to quarantine as coronavirus numbers continue to surge, HBO Max continues with its otherwise solid launch. The platform itself carries most movies bearing the likeness of DC Comics characters. Even then, one of the newest entries from DC Films continues to be the most popular on the platform. A new study published by the streaming platform trackers at Real Good suggests Joker isn't the only most popular comic book related movie on the service, but the most popular movie overall. Todd Phillips' Joker leads the way in popularity on the service and is followed by Brad Pitt starring Ad Astra, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, then rounds out the top of the three of the most popular movies available on the service. So according to the study, Joker has a 7.3% share of all movie streams on the service, Ad Astra 5.2%, Sorcerer's Stone 2.4%. Now, I'm like, come on, guys, keep hitting up that Batman being Superman Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition as much as possible. I know that just came out, and Joker at Astra Sorcerer's Stone has been out since the beginning, so it's way ahead of the ball. But it's still time, man. We can still show, we can still really support Zack Snyder's work here by watching Batman versus Superman, Dawn of Justice Ultimate Edition on HBO Max, and I just did that today as well. So continue to support it, and it's just goes to show that a lot of more people, of course, are tapping into the streaming service, and this is a real good way, right? A real good way to show that there is indeed a need for this work. There's indeed more reasons for HBO Max to go delve deeper into their content, and that's why my next thing is actually a little bit more about David Ayer's Suicide Squad. So there's a little bit more tidbits about that as a little bit more gets revealed about David Ayer's Suicide Squad from David Ayer himself, and I felt the need to share that with you today. The first one up is that the music for David Ayer, right? Someone asked if they are, let's see here. Don't know if you answered this already, but are any songs from the Suicide Squad album in your cut? As you know, in the theatrical cut, there were a lot of pop music, rap music. There's a lot of different kinds of just songs, right? And when the score, the little score that you hear, sounds pretty damn fantastic. And I would think, and David Ayer confirms here, that it's much more score based. There's much more musical score in the soundtrack for his cut, and not all those musical tracks that they had cram in there just to make it more hip hoppy, more stylized for David Ayer's Suicide Squad. So he hasn't asked that, but he finally revealed here, confirmed that it's a much more score-based movie. Other things are This when Manu asks when the Joker's attacking the Suicide Squad and Deadshot stares at Harley. Harley responds with what? I got a hickey or something? Is this confirmation they hook up prior to this scene in which David Ayer does give a thumbs up? So it does seem like Deadshot and Harley got a little bit of, nookie a little bit during this movie. And that is certainly something that didn't happen at all in the theatrical or the extended cut of the movie. You can kind of thought you saw a little bit of some romance, maybe some interest there, but unfortunately that didn't quite happen. He elaborates because Ray Flores here says, and explains why Deadshot decides not to shoot her when Walker tells me to. He had a soft spot for her, and David Ayer says there's a lot of storytelling that was disrupted, and this is actually the context for this is that someone asked him, did they hook up on the stairs? And David Ayer says, yep. So that's during the mission. They actually maybe they make out a little bit on the stairs in which the hickey and things like that. And so they have a little bit of a romance there going on there because, in the comics, Deadshot and Harley and in the animated film, they do hook up. That is essentially, in terms of comics, is canon. So I am not surprised that would happen, but I am surprised that actually does happen in David Ayer's Suicide. So for people who are interested in Deadshot and Harley hooking up, they actually very well does so in the movie. So and David Ayer's Suicide Squad, and hopefully we get to see that. Another thing is a little bit about Amanda Waller. Now, you may have caught this, you may have but this is one of the things that I think is much more clear to me now. Amanda Waller caught the Enchantress not to save the soul of the girl Enchantress attached herself to, but to use her abilities for personal reasons, and she not only let her escape, but just chose to study her skills as she wiped out a city and use it as a test exercise. David Ayer gives a thumbs up as there. David Ayer's thumbs up is essentially Zack Snyder's wink face. So Princess Winter had implied this, and that to me makes sense because in the movie you don't know. You realize towards the end the twist is that the mission was to save Amanda Waller, but essentially we didn't. I don't think it was really put out that Amanda Waller let her loose to test her skills in just wiping out the city. In the movie theatrical cut, even in extend, I think it, from what I remember, it was more like Enchantress got free. So, which makes Amanda Waller not that bright, not being able to control her. But I like this better, meaning that she could have controlled her, but she let her loose to test her powers. And so that makes Amanda Waller a lot more ruthless, much more of the villain in this thing, and that's something I would love to see in David Ayer's Suicide Squad as well. So, but we're talking about David Ayer's Suicide Squad and different concepts that we didn't get to see. I want to share with you, and this is coming from actually Dave the Film Junkie. He had tweeted this out. It is a concept art of what could possibly be, he's probably joking. I think he is joking at this point. He said he was joking that, is this Carrie Kelly over here in this concept art that came out by Ed Natividad? And of course, a lot of us assume, because this is back in 2014, that this is probably Lois Lane. What was Lois Lane doing in the Batmobile? A concept that was there back then, but never utilized in the movie, right? So, but where did he get it from? Dave Film Junkie on his show today revealed where he did. This is coming from Ed Natividad's website here, which you can go. I will link it in the description below, where you can look at some really, really cool, fantastic concept art of Batman v Superman. There's also some Star Trek things too. A lot of cool little vehicle and designs for all the, the flying fox, not this, but other things like, from Aquaman as well. These are some cool scenes to look at. Essentially what could have been, or maybe it was, but, and maybe scrapped, right? A lot of things here that are really intriguing are the kinds of things where you see like these type of scenes where it's definitely some type of invasion. There's the one where I've shown before, invasion of Sydney. It's supposed to happen, I believe, in Aquaman, which you see actually the flying fox of here, Batman's flying fox, in this scene, which is actually new to me because I've only seen these other ones, especially this one where you see Superman over here, the flying fox, and what could have been an awesome, really awesome scene of Atlanteans coming onto Sydney Shore and other Justice League members coming in to help. They also have some things from Justice League as well for you to look at. It's really cool, really awesome designs. It really makes you wonder how much is taken out from Justice League, how much was put back in, as I'm trying to get to things. Okay, here we go. So this is one of the Nightcrawler. Great shots of Nightcrawler. We even have, what essentially could be some kind of bike. Batman rides a bike, more flying fox. The torch, he torches, flame throws some parademons itself. So really cool stuff for you to take a look at, look closely at it, and maybe even consider what could have been in the movie, if at all. But just in the artwork in general, it's pretty damn awesome. So that is from Ed Natividad, and he has different sections in here that you can go and check it out. Really cool stuff, even Spider-Man, of course. Some you've already seen of David Ayer's Suicide Squad, concept art from Suicide Squad as well. Quite a bit of DC content on this site as well. So really, really, really awesome. So yeah, check that out. That's a really cool site for people who love that art. I can tell you, I've saved some of these. They make an incredible wallpaper. So if anything, those are also great to have in your folder as well. So, but that is Ed Natividad's concept art from several movies in the DCEU. All right. So next big thing, JusticeCon is around the corner, and the fourth wave panel has arrived. Snyder's Amazons, with none other than Deborah Snyder joining in. This is super, super exciting. Got a little clip here, a little reveal clip here to show you. There is no sound, of course, in this format, but here I'll play it here. So here you go. It shows all the Snyder Amazons here. We got Kat, Cole, Meg, Deborah, of course, Danny, Nana, and Nash. They're all together. Snyder's Amazons are going to be at JusticeCon. This is a great music, right the way. It's the Wonder Woman theme. Is she with you? Okay, I can't. It's terrible. But yeah, this is awesome. We get to see Deborah Snyder on this gigantic girl power panel for JusticeCon coming up soon, real soon. Of course, just to remind you, there is a JusticeCon channel that I will continue to link in the description below, where you can go subscribe and hit that notification bell, so that when the streams happen, you can go to each panel and stream when during JusticeCon and get involved with that. So it's going to be a very exciting weekend indeed in terms of JusticeCon, Crisis of Infinite Streams. It's a great, almost like a virtual SnyderCon event for that weekend. So please join in on the fun. This is a celebration of Zack Snyder's Justice League, and everything of Snyder's film. films. It's going to be an incredible weekend. So, but if you want to know more, right? And I'm going to go to the next one right now. JusticeCon is having a question and answer live stream event. This is being held by the Nerd Queens and I think Meg as well. Remember, it's tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The Nerd Queens and Meg will do a live stream question and answer. They'll reveal the schedule for JusticeCon. They'll discuss contents and giveaways, answer your most pressing questions, and maybe, just maybe, we got a couple more surprises left. So I can't wait to join in on that stream. It starts and right here. It's already ready to go. That's me, waiting, 61 likes already. So JusticeCon, a Q&A from the time I'm looking at this right now. It's going to be live in 11 hours. That's 9 a.m. my time, and that is tomorrow. Really exciting to hopefully be a part of this as well. I'm not going to be on it, but I'm going to join in and listen in to what the Nerd Queens, Nana and Cole and Meg, have in store for us fans, right? This is a fan-driven event. It's for the fans. It's for you guys, for us, for everyone who fought for the Zack Snyder's Justice League. This is our celebratory weekend. Please enjoy it. I know you will. I will definitely. I can't wait for it to get involved in it, to talk and celebrate with fellow fans. Fellow Snyder fans, and maybe even get to meet or listen to some incredible panelists, including the one and only Zack Snyder. So this is an awesome event, JusticeCon, right around the corner. I cannot wait. I'm sure you cannot wait as well. It's going to be an exciting event. So yeah, I am all for it. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for subscribing, and I'll see you tomorrow on a JusticeCon Q&A. I'll be in the chat though. I'm not going to actually be on the panel. I'm going to be in the chat with you guys. All right. Take care.